There is something you do not yet know, something that has been hidden from you your entire life, and now it is about to come to light. A family secret. A truth that could change everything you believe about your origins, about the people around you, about yourself. When this is revealed, nothing will ever be the same again. Are you ready to face the truth? Things are not as you always believed. The story you were told, the memories you keep, all of that may have been shaped to hide a truth that was right in front of you the whole time. Maybe you already felt that something didn't fit. Small details, avoided glances, vague answers when you asked certain questions. Now this can no longer be ignored. Someone decided it was time for you to know. There is no turning back. This secret is not just a buried memory or an insignificant detail. It changes everything. Your past, your identity, your future, who you truly are, who has really been by your side all this time. The truth can be a shock. It can hurt. It can make you question everything. But there is no more room for illusions. Are you ready? In the coming days, something is going to happen. It may be someone's slip, a forgotten letter, an old document that was never supposed to be found, or perhaps someone will gather the courage and simply tell you. But when that happens, when this revelation finally comes to light, your mind will not be able to let go of it. You will begin to see everything differently. The subtle gestures, the words that once seemed harmless, the silences full of meaning. Every old conversation will return to your memory with a different weight. You will realize there were signs, there always were. What will you do with this information? The truth can set you free, but it can also destroy you. You can choose to face it head-on or pretend that nothing has changed. But deep down you already know ignoring it won't be an option. Your eyes have started to open, and once that happens, there's no way to close them again. This is just the beginning. Now that the words have been spoken, that shadow has taken form within you. There's no turning back. Your mind won't let you rest. Every memory, every detail of your past that once seemed trivial, now is a piece of a much larger puzzle. And the worst part? You don't know what final picture this puzzle will reveal. You feel the weight of this doubt, a silent anguish growing with each second. You need to know, you need to understand, but at the same time something inside you hesitates, because the truth may not be what you expect. It could be worse. You have already started to observe the people around you with different eyes. The gestures that once went unnoticed now seem rehearsed. The words, spoken lightly, now carry hidden meanings. The stories told so many times, are they really true? Or were they constructed to keep you in ignorance? Think carefully. There were moments when something seemed out of place. Small slips, answers that didn't make sense, a silence that lasted too long before someone responded to you. You may have ignored it at the time, but now, these memories come back with force. That photo album where someone is always cut out of the pictures, that old letter you found by chance and was taken from your hands too quickly. The conversation that was interrupted when you entered the room. None of that was a coincidence. The truth was there all along, hidden in the details, camouflaged between rehearsed smiles and hugs that tried to disguise the guilt. And now you have two choices. You can pretend that nothing is happening, that all of this is just paranoia. But do you know what will happen? This doubt will consume you. It will haunt you in every glance, every conversation, every suspicious silence. You can even try to move on, but the truth will continue to linger around you, because deep down, it has already begun to reveal itself. Or you can go all the way. You can start asking questions, digging deeper, looking for the answers that were always denied to you, confronting those who hid this from you, and preparing yourself for what comes next. But be warned, there is no guarantee that what you discover will bring you peace. Sometimes, some truths are heavier than the lies that concealed them. What are you going to do? Are you really ready for this? Because from here on out, there is no turning back. Once you touch this secret, once you get close to it, it will consume you. It will demand courage from you. It will strip you of the certainties you always carried and leave you exposed to doubt, fear, and inevitably pain. But before anything, stop and think. Can you deal with the fact that the people you trusted the most might have deceived you? That what you believed to be solid, safe, true, might have been built on top of lies and omissions? Why did they hide this from you? That's the main point, isn't it? It's not just about discovering what the secret is, but understanding why it was kept from you. What were they trying to protect? Was it done out of love, out of fear? Or perhaps because they underestimated you and didn't believe you were capable of handling the truth? Look around you now. Look at who is close to you, their smiles, the way they talk, how they try to appear carefree. You feel it, don't you? The discomfort, the tension they try to hide. As if something were stuck in their throats, ready to escape at any moment. If this has already started to bother you, then you are on the right path. Because the truth, no matter how devastating, never stays buried forever. It finds ways to come out. Maybe you need to provoke. Ask more incisive questions. Test the limits of those who have always avoided the subject. Pay attention to the details that people let slip when they think you're not paying attention. And when that happens, when the pieces start to move, be prepared for the impact. Because the revelation can come suddenly, like a hard blow to the stomach, or gradually, like a poison spreading through your veins. So, will you face it or retreat? You can decide to stop now, pretend you never felt this discomfort, that you never noticed the gaps in the story. But the doubt will not leave you. It will haunt you in every conversation, in every awkward silence, in every small slip. You might ignore it for a while, but the truth, it always comes back. On the other hand, if you decide to move forward, know that you need to be prepared for the unexpected, because when the first layer is removed, new questions will arise. And you may discover that what was hidden goes far beyond what you imagined. Remember, when you challenge silence, silence responds, and the answer is not always the one you want to hear. You need to be aware of what you are preparing to face. This secret is not just an insignificant detail. It is rooted in every step you have taken so far, like an invisible thread that connected everything but that you never noticed. Now, this thread is about to break, and with it, the certainties that you have carried all your life. Ask yourself, why was this kept from you? This is not a simple matter of omission. They hid it because they knew this truth would change everything. They knew that the moment you found out, nothing would stay the same. The life you knew would be rewritten, and maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what you need, a breaking point. But it's important for you to know, you might not like what you're going to find. It could be a betrayal, a mistake made in the past, a choice made by someone who didn't know how to handle the consequences. It could be that the people you trust were the same ones who deceived you, believing it was for your own good. Or it could be worse. This secret might reveal something about yourself, something that will shake the way you see yourself. Because what's at stake here is not just a hidden story. It's your identity, your roots, the foundation upon which you built your own existence. You will question yourself. You will think about everything you have lived through, the decisions you have made, and ask yourself, who would I be if I had known this earlier? How would my life have been different? Are you ready to deal with that kind of doubt? So what are you going to do? You can no longer ignore what is in front of you. You've come too far to pretend nothing is happening. The pieces are starting to move, and you feel the truth is closer than ever. But at the same time, it's as if it's slipping away, hiding, waiting for the right moment to emerge in a way that takes your breath away. And believe me, you may think you're in control, but when the truth comes out, it will catch you off guard. No matter how much you prepare, the impact will be inevitable. Because this isn't just about the secret itself. It's about what it means. It's about how it will redefine your story. You may already be feeling it. That strange sensation that something is different, that the looks around you have changed, that the conversations have become more cautious. They know you are beginning to notice. They know their silence won't last much longer. And now there is only one path. You need to move forward. But be aware that the moment you start pulling this thread, it will unravel faster than you imagine. And you may discover that the secret is bigger than you thought. That it doesn't just involve you, but other people, other stories, other truths that were also buried. Are you ready to face this alone? Because in the end, this will be a solitary journey. No matter how many people are by your side, no matter how many explanations you are given, no one can carry the weight of this discovery for you. But you need to stay alert. They may try to stop you. They may deny it. They may turn the tables and try to make you believe you are overreacting, that there is nothing to be discovered. They will use calm words, rehearsed gestures, and a false tranquility to try to confuse you. And that is when you will need to be stronger than ever. You need to see beyond the words they say, beyond the stories they tell. You need to pay attention to what they do not say, to the silences, the pauses, the sudden changes in subject. Because sometimes what they don't say is more revealing than any confession. You know what is about to happen. The moment of confrontation will come, whether because you will force it or because it will come to you. And when it happens, the truth will emerge with all its force. There will be no more room for doubts or excuses. Everything will be laid out in front of you, and you will have to decide what to do with it. But know this, you will not come out of this experience the same person. The truth will change you. It will change the way you see your family, your life, your past. But above all, it will change the way you see yourself, because in the end, this secret is not just about others. It is about you. About your story, about your journey, about the choices you are yet to make. The question is, what will you do when this happens? You have come this far. Now, the weight of this truth is already upon you, even if it has not yet been fully revealed. You feel it, don't you? That urgency, that restlessness that makes your heart race and your mind imagine the worst, or the best. No matter how you feel, the truth is inevitable. It has already begun to approach. But before it arrives, there is something you need to decide. Are you ready to face it head-on, without fear of the impact? Are you willing to question everything you knew, to confront the people who hid this from you, to rearrange every piece of your life to discover what truly matters? Or will you continue to live in the shadow of what was concealed? Whichever path you choose, you need to be aware of one thing. There is no way to come out of this story unchanged. This secret, when finally revealed, will not be just a momentary explosion. It will be like a wave capable of carrying away everything that seemed firm, but also of making space for something new, something true, and that is what matters. As hard as it may be, as heavy as it might feel, the truth always brings with it something that no lie can offer: freedom. Freedom to start over. Freedom to build a life without the shackles of the past. You may feel betrayed, confused, hurt. And that's okay. Allow yourself to feel that. Allow yourself to face the consequences of this discovery with honesty. Because it is in honesty that you will find the strength to move forward, stronger, more aware, and above all, more true to who you really are. Now, it's up to you. This story won't wait. The pieces have already started moving, and the next step depends on you. Start observing more closely. Ask questions, even the ones that seem uncomfortable. Look at the details you've ignored until now. Listen to the silences, face the averted gazes, and when the truth finally comes out, be prepared to use it as a starting point, not as a burden, because what you do with it is what will determine who you become from now on. Now I want to hear from you. Write in the comments. Have you ever had to deal with a difficult truth like this? How did you face, or how would you face this situation? Your story can help others who are going through something similar. Let's create a space to share, listen, and grow together. If you believe that the truth, no matter how difficult, is always worth it, like this text and subscribe now, so you don't miss content that challenges, inspires, and makes you reflect on the mysteries and challenges of life. This is your story. It's time to take control of it.